JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 28th of March 2022. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this last trading Monday of this month. There we go. There's always something to kind of distinguish, to point out. But yeah, guys, welcome everyone. Before we go further, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So yep, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to, and let me just bounce on that one. Yep, to which you can always subscribe to, as always, yep, in order not to miss any of our kind of videos, you know. Also, of course, a quick mentioning of our JFD research page, which is also updated on a daily basis, so feel free to check us out here on jfdbank.com, and yep, click on the research tab right there on the top. So now then, guys, jumping into the charts. Oh, and by the way, before we go further, I just wanted to say that from Friday, unfortunately, the videos were going to be in a recorded mode again, I have done those previously. So yeah, apologies for that, guys, and it's going to be until further notice. So the live videos will run tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then it will be in the format of recorded sessions. Well, unfortunately, that's the case for now, but hopefully that changes later on. But anyway, coming back to the markets here. The index here, you can see Nikkei managed to push higher, and if you remember, I kept on saying that my next target is this downside line taken from the high of the 14th of September of 2021. So I said that if we pop above this 27,000 mark, then yes, that's what I'm going to be aiming for, and there we go. We managed to reach that downside line. Good achievement, good result. Now I'm going to take it very carefully here, because in a way, what we have here right now is the fact that we have an index which is kind of trading, I would say trading kind of might end up being stuck here for a while. So unless it clearly pushes through this downside line and also overcomes the high of last week, which is roughly around that 28,339 level. If we pop above that area, then yes, I'll go for some higher levels. But until then, guys, as long as it stays in here somewhere, I'm just gonna, continue observing the price action. This is not ideal. I mean, mission already accomplished. I mean, because I said that if we pop above this area, my next target is this downside line. Now, due to this kind of being a little bit uncertain right now, I would just observe this one until I get a break above this 28,338. I'm just not really doing much here. Even with the downside, although looking at this, it is kind of, you're already wanting to kind of maybe try to capture maybe a bit of a swing to the downside here, and to be honest, I believe that there could be a bit of a corrective move lower, especially if we drop below this 200-day EMA, and if we end up maybe testing this 100-day EMA. That could be the case. So if we drop below this 200-day EMA, then yes, I'll go for that 23.6% retracement on the Fibonacci, or maybe even lower. But again, let's not rush into anything. Again, currently we are getting this good hold up near this 200-day EMA, because in a way, don't get me wrong, I mean, it might not even drift back down. It might see this as a good support and then reverse and push higher. But even then, I mean, I would like to see a push above this 28,339 zone, just to be a little bit more on the safe side. Shanghai Composite, very quickly on this one, then yeah, a good rebound from this area. As you can see, it corrected to the upside. In a way, what I said before, that I need to see a nice good drop below this kind of this whole area right here in between the 3,178 and the 3,000, or actually I would say 3,177, 3,197. So I need to see a clear kind of break below this whole area. If we do get that drop, then yep, my next target will be this this lowest point of March, the current lowest point of March, near the 3,023 level. Now, in terms of this area right here, and as I said, I just mentioned right now, saying that we need to see a drop. I would like to see the body of the daily candle actually staying below this area somewhere, because yes, we actually kind of did get that drop already. So you know, we would like to see the kind of a nice good close below this. We still have around 50 minutes left of trading on this one, I believe. So yep, let's see how all this is going to play out. However, if it stays somewhere around here, yes, there is still hope maybe for a push higher, but I would prefer to wait for a push above this hurdle, the high of last week, near the 3,280 zone. So if we get a push above this barrier, then yes, we'll go for some higher levels. So keep that in mind, guys. Now jumping into German Index Dax, and here we have an index which is not doing much, to be honest. I mean, the index kind of continues to move sideways. And to be honest, when I previously talked about this barrier here, this 14,553 level, and when I was kind of hoping, let's say, to see a push above it in order for me to aim for this downside line. But let's say the further it kind of goes sideways, the more kind of, it just comes closer to this downside line. And let's just not rush into anything here, because even if you pop above this barrier, then yes, it is leaving quite a small little space here for this test of this downside line. So what could happen is potentially maybe we could see this one moving sideways here a little bit. Maybe even oscillating just around that 21-day EMA. So we're currently stuck in this little range, I would say, and in a way it could come closer to this downside line and then maybe have its break, or if the downside line remains intact, then yes, I mean, the downside scenario still is not off the table, guys. So yeah, be very careful. For now, of course, if we just purely look at this from this this trend line perspective, then yes, the downside scenario is the main one still. So, and this whole move higher could have been seen just as a temporary correction before another possible leg of selling. So don't don't exclude that idea. But again, let's wait for a confirmation break. In order, like I said, for me to go lower, I would need to see a good drop below this 14,100 area, somewhere around here, and then yeah, we could take it from there. Nasdaq 100. So beautiful move to the upside last week. However, as you can see here, it got a hold up near this 100-day EMA. So it did push above it on Friday just a little bit, but failed to close above this. And it's still, I would say, it still remains below the all of the EMAs on our daily charts. So that means that the bears are not giving up yet. I mean, there is still potential for this one to move back down. The cash index is currently correcting a little bit lower. It's currently sitting at around 14,660 zone. So yeah, below yesterday's close, but still above this hurdle, the one that I talked about previously, this 14,648 zone. So I've mentioned this level, and we're still slightly above it. However, again, let's keep an eye on today's trading activity, because it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. But in a way, I would say we can get rid of this Fibonacci. We kind of really already kind of reached to certain levels, and I would say let's get rid of this. Let's now just monitor some other levels, and I would say my next level to keep an eye on is the high of last week near the 14,805, 6, something like that, around that area. If we pop above this, then yes, I'll go for higher levels, but if we don't, I would say I'm not going to become very bearish unless we start falling somewhere below this 14,342 zone, and also that 21-day EMA. But again, this is another thing that I want to see how this trading activity is going to go along, because if it starts just moving sideways ranges, you know, so maybe this 21-day EMA could approach this this 14,342 level, and then maybe it could be a nice beautiful breakout here to the downside. But again, let's not overcomplicate our lives. For now, let's go slowly. If we pop above this barrier, above this last week's high, then yes, I'll go for some higher levels. DXY dollar index, good move to the upside, guys. Look at this. I mean, we are pushing nicely higher, and we broke this downside line, so we can get rid of it, or we can reuse it, and we can actually reuse it right here. Or actually, no, to apologize, I think it's going to be somewhere around here. In general, all these lines are very tentative, so you know, don't really kind of focus on these too much. I mean, it's not ideal. Look at this. I mean, it's a tentative line, so yeah. Either way, I mean, for me, this line is not the priority. For me, the priority is this barrier here, this 94.42 zone. Sorry, that's the current highest point of March, and if we clear that one, then yes, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and potentially more buyers could join in. But if we still struggle, then well, it'll just confirm that, you know, we are sitting in a very nice range here. So that's why I would say for now, I need to see a clear break above this barrier. Although yes, I get it. We are kind of, you know, maybe losing in a bit of territory here. However, if you remember, I talked about this area. I said that if we rebound from this area, from the lower side of this potential range, then yeah, this is where we could, you know, move a little bit higher. And well, if you manage to capture this move, congratulations. Now, just to be a little bit more on the safe side, I said that if we pop above this 99.42 level and we stay above it, then yes, we'll go for some higher levels. Gold. Gold, of course, is drifting a little bit to the downside. We do have this, I think it's right here. Yeah, something like that, basically. Not ideal again, but hey, you know, it's at least something. So currently, yes, we're correcting lower. Of course, obviously, the stronger dollar is having its effect here on gold prices. So, so yeah, we're drifting a little bit to the downside. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, I would say it is there. We can feel a bit of negativity here, but if this upside line continues to provide support, then well, a nice rebound here could be possible. For me, to consider the downside, I would need to see somewhere a drop. Of course, a break of this upside line first of all, and then a drop below this 1918 level right here, and then slowly we will go for lower levels. WTI oil, guys, look at this. I mean, 115 zone, it just continues to provide resistance, guys. And I said before, I'm keeping an eye on that level, and I'm most importantly, I want to see what's going to happen with this level and where we're going to end the month, in relation to this level, of course, because if you remember, I kept on talking for the whole month. This month I kept on talking about this level, and we're drifting away from it to the downside right now. So again, if we stay below this area, below this hurdle, there could be a chance maybe to see a bit of a corrective move lower. If we climb back above this and stay above this at the end of the month, then maybe another push higher could be possible. So keep that in mind. Bitcoin, and by the way, in terms of, let's say, for the upcoming days, I would say, let's be careful here. I mean, you can keep an eye on this 107 zone, roughly around here, 107.12, something like that. And as you drop below it, may open the door towards some slightly lower levels, but then I will aim only for this 99.19 zone, and just to be a little bit more careful. In terms of the upside, as I said before, this 115, or I would say 114.79 level is the one to watch. But yeah, we can round it up towards the 115 level. So if we climb and stay above it, then yeah, I'll go for some higher levels. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Cash, there we go. Good one, very good one. And we pushed higher. We climbed above this 100-day EMA. We stayed above it, although we had some attempts to drop below it, and we did drop briefly below it. So we kept on forming these false breakouts. This is a very good example of these false breakouts, guys. And look how well this 100-day EMA held. In order for me to go for some higher levels, I need to see a push above this 386.81 zone. If we climb above this, then yes, I will confirm, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and potentially more buyers could join in. Now, in order to go, like I said, in order to aim for the next level here, my next level will be somewhere around here near this 200-day EMA. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. Again, it depends where this is going to be later on. Currently, it's at around 425 level. Maybe it could be somewhere around here, actually. This is quite an interesting, attractive level, so 419 zone. Initially, I'll aim for that, and then I'll see where we are in relation to this 200-day EMA. Maybe we could see a bit of a pop higher here. But either way, I'm looking at the upside here for this one, but I need to see a pop above that 386.87 zone, and then higher levels could be met. Jumping into AUD and ZD very quickly. So beautiful move, cleared this level, and finally we're staying already. So yes, I get it. It's early, kind of the early hours here in the Asian, the European morning. So during the Asian session, we had this pop. At the moment, I would say I'm still keeping an eye on this 1.0796 level, 97, 1.0797. Yep, I'm still keeping an eye on that one. If we stay above it, then I'll continue targeting the upside. And this is where, of course, I will start looking at some higher levels. One of my favorite ones is going to be right here, and there, this 1.0947 level. And then so on and so on. Of course, we do have some other barriers here, like for example, I think this one, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly, no, it's going to be around here, I think. Oh, not here. Sorry to apologize. There we go. This one. So 1.0876, marked by the high of the 6th of April of 2021. So that's going to be my next target. To be honest, it's near some of these inside swing lows as well, so good potential target. But again, for now, at the moment I'm leaning towards the upside, and we could see maybe a bit of a retracement here of some sort. But as long as it stays above this 1.0797 territory, I'll continue aiming higher. Aud Jpy, talk about on fire. This one is just a rocket ship, and continues to rally, and we managed to reach this level, the one that I talked about. I'll show you quickly again. This is this one. I don't know why it's skewed here a little bit, but anyway, let me just grab it up. I think sorry guys, let me just zoom in here a little bit. Okay. try to capture this one. So there we go, that's the one. So 92.69 level, we managed to kind of reach that already, I think. If you know, if this gets cleared, certainly higher levels are possible, and our next target here would be this one, the highest point of May of 2015, near the 97.30. But again, that's quite a big kind of, you know, area to fill. So in a way, I'm kind of leaning maybe a little bit for a correction here. Of course, some of you probably are looking for that already. We did have our decent up move here, so I would say be careful today. And if, let's say, we see some sort of weakness in the equity world, then yeah, we could see maybe some weakness in this pair as well. We could see this pair drifting back down. So if you're looking for maybe something a little bit more reassuring, so the current low of today is near the 91.57. So a nice good drop below this, yep, may open the door towards some downside. And I do understand we could be, you know, missing out on a bit of territory here, maybe let's say around 100 pips here, but to be honest, I'd rather be safe than sorry with this one, because look at this. I mean, this is just a firecracker, and it just keeps on popping higher. Yeah, but currently it's finding this good resistance near that 92.69 level. If we can stay below it, then yeah, then we could maybe, you know, consider maybe a bit of a retracement back down. However, I would prefer to see a drop below the current lowest point of today. Yep, and then yeah, we could move maybe a little bit more to the downside. USD JPY, similar story. Again, just identical, but we need, again, at the moment, the problem here is that we have a very strong dollar, so you know that is driving, and of course the positivity and the equity markets is also playing out nicely here. So yeah, at the moment, I would say also similar story where we need some sort of confirmation, and we cleared this level. We cleared this barrier here, this 120.69 level. We are now approaching this other target, I think, right here. Yep, there we go. This is the 123.75, and that's the highest point of November of 2015. So yeah, a good potential target, to be honest. We might see maybe a move towards it. If this provides good resistance, maybe then we could go for that little corrective move lower. But at the moment, it's a little bit tricky, guys. Of course, everybody's, like I said, everybody's already hoping for that maybe corrective move lower, but well, we don't have the signal yet. Gbp Usd drifting to the downside again. However, keep your eyes on the US dollar. I mean, if DXY suddenly somehow, let's say, pushes higher, finds resistance here, and then reverses back down, that's gonna, you know, mean a lot of good opportunities here for on some of these pairs. And especially, like I said, Gbp Usd as well. So we could see a nice, you know, push back up here. And I would say for the upside, I'm still kind of having this very conservative approach here and waiting for a push above the 1.3273 level. And if we climb above that, then yes, I'll go for some higher levels. But right now, let's say, even if we kind of, you know, reverse earlier here, if we do reverse here eventually, then I'll keep an eye on this 1.3225 zone, just for, you know, for that kind of further bit, because at the same time, if it climbs above this area, then it will climb above that 21-day EMA as well, and maybe this is where more buyers could join in, and we wouldn't need to even like hold, you know, wait for this level right here, for this barrier. But hey, you know, it still would be very tricky. I mean, it still could go higher. It could still, you know, maybe create a false breakout here and then reverse back down. So let's not rush into anything. I'll keep an eye, like I said, on this 1.3225 zone. Also, I'll have a very tight stop loss just in case here. But yeah, it's could be an interesting point here. At the moment, to be honest, it's just drifting lower. So I mean, we cannot really get comfortable even with any, let's say, you know, upside scenario. And but the only thing is that for me, for example, for the downside, I need to see a drop below this 1.3089 zone just to be a little bit more safe. Let's put it this way. Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie is at this critical point, this 1.4567 zone. As you can see here, we have drifted lower, we found support, and the question here is, can we see a rebound to the upside on this one? Well, at the moment, I would say, yeah, let's wait. Let's wait. If we rebound, then we could see a nice little correction here to the upside, because we are still below this downside line. We're still kind of on a downtrend, but again, this level here, this 1.4567, which is the lowest, or I would say the previous lowest point of March, and also let me just zoom back out here, and there we go. It's also the low of the 27th of July of 2017. That's not the lowest point of July. The lowest point of July of 2017 is roughly around that 1.4425 zone, so this is where I'm aiming at next if we clear this hurdle. If we do clear it, then yes, as I said, I'll aim for this 1.44 what was that level, 1.4425 zone, and then we'll take it from there, guys. But again, I do understand everybody's frustration here. I mean, everybody's probably hoping maybe to see a bit of a retracement here at some point, but at the moment we have not received our signal, so let's be very careful. And finally, EURUSD. So yeah, continues to slide, continues to drift lower, and as I said before, I'm still watching this 1.1121 zone. I need to see a nice good clear break above it in order to go for some higher levels, but at the moment, guys, yeah, it's just not doing much. It's just drifting to the downside. Long story short, I would say if you're looking for some lower levels, then wait for a drop below this area right here, this 1.0891. If we drop below this, then I will go for the downside. At the moment, I'm just observing this one. I don't like these kind of scenarios here, so because at any point it can quickly reverse, to the upside. You just need a good shot here. So we're kind of drifting, gradually drifting lower here, but if it does reverse here and breaks this downside line, then yeah, we could go higher for higher levels, but we would still need to see a break above this 1.1121 zone first. So guys, that's it for this session. So yeah, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for joining in and watching until the end. I really appreciate your views, your likes, your comments, guys. I really do. So like I said, yeah, I hope you'll have a fantastic trading day today. Stay safe, have your stop losses in place, and everything will be fine. And join me tomorrow morning still for a live session, because again, as I said before, from Friday, the sessions will be recorded, unfortunately again, but hey, I hope you'll still enjoy those. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining in, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.